Rice feeds more than half the people on Earth, but most of us only ever cook one or two kinds of it, without really knowing what makes the rest different, or why one costs 3 times more than another. We're going through the main types of rice people actually cook with, starting with the ones you already know, ending with the one that used to be illegal for regular people to eat. Basmati is a long-grain rice, grown mainly in India and Pakistan. It cooks up light and fluffy, with each grain staying separate, and it has a mild, slightly nutty smell while it cooks. That smell is actually a natural compound in the grain, not an additive. It's the standard rice for most South Asian dishes. Biryani, pulao, dishes where you want the rice to stay distinct instead of clumping together. That fluffy, separate texture is common with long-grain rice, but the next one gets there a different way. Number 2, jasmine. Jasmine rice comes from Thailand. It's also long grain, but it's slightly stickier than basmati and has a soft floral smell. It pairs well with the sauces and curries common in Southeast Asian cooking, since it holds a bit more moisture and clings lightly to whatever it's served with. Basmati and jasmine cover most long-grain cooking. Short-grain rice works completely differently. It's built to be sticky on purpose. Number 3, arborio. Arborio is a short, plump grain from Italy, and it's the standard rice for risotto. It has a high starch content, and that starch is the entire point. As it cooks slowly and gets stirred, it releases starch into the liquid around it, which is what makes risotto turn creamy without any cream added. You can't swap in basmati or jasmine for risotto. Without that starch, the dish just doesn't work the same way. Number 4, sushi rice. Sushi rice is a short grain rice, usually a Japanese variety, seasoned with rice vinegar, sugar, and salt after cooking. It's sticky enough to hold its shape when pressed or rolled, which is exactly what sushi needs. Rice that stays together without falling apart when you pick it up. Every rice so far has been shaped by its country's traditional dishes. The next one is shaped by an entire region's most famous meal. Number 5, bomba rice. Bomba rice is grown in Spain and is the standard rice for paella. It absorbs close to 3 times its volume in liquid without turning mushy, which lets it soak up all the saffron, stock, and seafood flavor in the pan while still holding its shape. That's a big part of why paella recipes specifically call for it instead of a regular short grain rice. So far, every rice has been about texture. Fluffy, creamy, sticky, absorbent. The next few types are less about texture and more about where they come from and how rare they actually are. Sticky rice, glutinous rice. Sticky rice is common across Southeast Asia, especially in Laos and northern Thailand. Despite the name, it doesn't actually contain gluten. Glutinous just refers to how sticky and glue-like the grains become once steamed. It's often eaten by hand, pressed into small balls, and used in both savory meals and sweet desserts like mango sticky rice. Red rice. Red rice gets its color from natural pigments in the outer bran layer, which is left on instead of being polished off. It has a firmer bite than white rice and a slightly nutty flavor, and it's grown in regions including Thailand, Bhutan, and parts of the US. Because the bran stays on, it also keeps more fiber than fully milled white rice. That outer layer being left on is also the reason for the next rice on this list, the one with the most unusual history of all. 8, forbidden black rice. Black rice gets its deep purple-black color from the same type of antioxidant pigment found in blueberries. In ancient China, it was reportedly reserved only for the emperor, with ordinary people forbidden from growing or eating it, which is where the name forbidden rice comes from. Today, anyone can buy it, and it's often used in savory dishes or turned into a naturally purple-colored dessert or pudding. It also has notably more antioxidants than white or brown rice, since none of the pigmented outer layer is removed during processing. Same grain, this many different results, all coming down to starch, processing, and where it's grown. Next time you're standing in the rice aisle, that's really the only thing you need to know to pick the right bag for what you're cooking. If this helped you make sense of the rice aisle, hit subscribe. We're doing the same breakdown for pasta shapes next.